Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. My first day on Zepbound. Miracle drug or myth? Miracle drug or myth? Hello, everybody. Again, welcome to my channel. Today, I'm sharing with you my experience with Zepbound, the much talked about weight loss medication. Many of you have probably heard about Zepbound. You probably heard about Wegovy. You may have heard of Saxenda. You may have heard of Ozempic and Mounjaro. If you've heard all of those and you're considering it, then today we're going to be talking about what my experience was on Zepbound for the very first time, taking it yesterday. So I took my first dose yesterday, and so far I want to share about how I'm feeling. And you may also be wondering, is this a miracle drug that everybody's talking about? Does it really work? What's the deal? And so for those of you who are brand spanking new to the channel, I want to welcome you, say hello and welcome you. This channel is for you if you're someone who's considering taking Zepbound or any of the other medications here. We'll talk specifically about Zepbound because that is my journey. But if you're somebody who has struggled with their weight all their life, like you're great at all the other areas of your life, right? You're a woman who is smart and productive and brilliant and can do all the things, but the weight is something that's challenged you, then you've come to the right place. If you're somebody who is considering taking one of these drugs and you want to find out more about it, you're in the right place. I will share with you my journey, but keep in mind, it's just one girl's journey on Zepbound. But I'll let you know, how I'm feeling and what, if there are any side effects that I'm experiencing, I'll share that with you too. Okay, here. Let's see. I have a few notes, so I want to make sure that I stay on track because your girl can start chatting. So I want to make sure I stay on track. Okay. So for those of you who didn't see any of the other videos, here's my current stats. So I'm 5'3", 5'2.5", 5'3". I'm not that tall. And currently my weight is at 290.2 pounds as of this morning. Okay. I'm down about 6 pounds since last week. So the first video, I was about 6 pounds heavier. And that was not due to Zepbound. That was simply due to eating a little bit better, drinking a little more water, and I started exercising, right? I started walking on the treadmill and doing some weights. Nothing crazy, like a half an hour of walking and then about 15 to 20 minutes of using the weights. And that has resulted in about 6 pound weight loss. And I will say, for those of you who have a lot of weight to lose, like I have a lot of weight to lose, I think it's easier for us to start dropping the weight because we have so much to lose versus if you only have 15, 20 pounds to lose, right? So that's where I am today. I will tell you that my highest weight was 331 pounds, and that was in 2009. So in 2009, I had bariatric surgery. The first surgery that I had was the lap band. The lap band was very successful for me for about 5 years. They're not really putting lap bands into people anymore. I don't think that they're doing it anymore. But on the lap band, I lost 157 pounds. So it worked for me until it didn't. I had a slippage. They decided not to play around with it. They took the fluid out of it, and then eventually I had it removed. And then in 2019, I started regaining all the weight. Again, I was up there over 300 pounds, and I had bariatric surgery again. And this time I had the gastric bypass surgery. I lost about 30 pounds on the gastric bypass surgery, and then I started regaining the weight. So last year, I went to my doctor, and she formed a medical team around me because I have other issues due to my weight. Like I have sleep apnea, I have high blood pressure, and they're really concerned because I'm carrying a lot of weight. And so now I have a weight management team. And last year, the weight management team, which they're phenomenal, amazing people, they prescribed Ozempic for me. And I started on Ozempic. And Ozempic, I lost about 19 pounds on Ozempic, and I noticed the change, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But as many of you who've been following these drugs, you know that they stopped approving Ozempic for weight loss. That Ozempic is just for type 2 diabetics, and I am not a type 2 diabetic, so my insurance would no longer cover Ozempic. But then Novo Nordisk came out with Wegovy, which is the exact same medication as Ozempic. It's just specifically prescribed for as a weight loss medication. The problem with Wegovy is that so many people need it that it's in short supply, right? There's not enough supply for the demand, which means that I was prescribed it in August, and here we are in February, and I still can't get it. So much so that if you call the pharmacies, all the major pharmacies, and the mom and pop shops too, they have messages, recordings saying, if you are calling about getting Wegovy, we currently do not have it. Okay, so I couldn't get it. So then my doctor prescribed for me Zepbound. Zepbound came out in around November, December of last year. The pharmacies have it, they can get it. And the challenge with the Zepbound is that my insurance does not cover it. So, and it's expensive, right? And maybe we'll talk about the expense in another video, but it's expensive. So, and when I say expensive, it's over $1,000. I use the savings card, so I'm paying $550 a month for my supply, for a month's supply. Okay, so I've never paid that much for prescription medicine ever, but that's what it is. And my hope is that with the demand and more and more people getting it, that our insurance company will eventually add it to its formulary, and it will also be covered under our insurance, and I don't have to pay so much for it. Okay, so that is my story. That's the backstory for those of you who don't know. And so now I want to talk to you about my experience. So I took it for the first time yesterday. The day before that, I unboxed it. So you got a chance to see that. If you haven't seen it, you can go back and watch that video as well to see what it looks like when you take it out of the packaging. So yesterday I took it, and my doctor started me on 5 milligrams. The different dosages are, it's 0.25 or 25 or 0.25, and then it's 5 milligrams, and then it's 7.5 milligrams, then I think it's 10 milligrams, and the top is 15 milligrams. So I'm on 5, and I believe that she started me on 5 instead of 0.25, because I want to say, I think she started me like that because I had been able to tolerate Ozempic with no problem. And they're very similar drugs. So yesterday I took it for the first time, and I had this, and some of you who are on it too may have had the same scenario. I started to ask myself, because I felt nothing. Like, I took it, I don't feel any different. Like, is it working? What's going on? When does it kick in? How long does it take? I started Googling, how long does this take to feel effective? And in my mind, what went through my head was, I struggled with my weight all my life, like from age 7. I struggled with my weight, and I started to think, well, maybe it won't work for me. Like, maybe I'm too severe a case for this medication to work for. And then I was like, put the brakes on, Ange. There's proof that the medication works. Just give it time. You just took it like 5 minutes ago, right? So I'm just, I was very conscious of how I was feeling. I was trying to stay present when I was drinking water or eating a meal. And I've been eating higher protein and veggie, less starches per my medical team's suggestion. So I was eating regularly. I wouldn't say that my portions were that much smaller than normal. I will say I've been drinking more water, and I've been getting more movement in, right? I've been exercising. But I didn't really feel anything, any different yesterday. Okay. I was able to sleep fine, no problems. I had none of the side effects, and we'll talk about those in just a second. Today, Today was a little bit different. So I want to share that with you. Today I woke up, I had my, I wasn't, normally when I get up in the morning, I'm not that hungry. So, but I got up this morning and I try to have my meals. And so I had some yogurt, some, Greek yogurt for breakfast, about a 3/4 of a cup of yogurt. I ate that. I was fine. And then I had a lunch date with a good friend of mine, and we went out to lunch and we ordered our food. And let me tell you what I had. I had one of the little, you know how you get 3 tacos together. It was like a rib tip, some kind of steak tacos. There was 3 of those, and then we ordered French fries, these truffle fries, and we ordered some Brussels sprouts, all to share, right? And we're talking, enjoying each other's company. And I noticed that I only ate 1 taco, and I love fries. I ate a few of the fries, but not a ton like I would normally, like, empty the basket. I ate a few fries, and then I ate some Brussels sprouts and drank some water with the meal, which sometimes they tell you don't put them together. My doctor hasn't said that to me yet, but you might be told to do that. But I drank some water with it, and I was satisfied. So that's the first sign that Zepbound just might be working, right? I was satisfied with it. The second thing that happened, because I'm like really conscious of what's going on. The second thing that happened was I took leftovers. My friend took some leftovers and I took some leftovers home, and I had them in the car, and I'm driving home. And the second way that I knew that something was different is because when I only eat that much food, maybe because I'm talking a lot, when I get in the car, I'm eating fries in the car, right? I'm munching on fries because I'm still hungry. I didn't touch it. It just sat there, and it's a cute little bag, right? And I thought, well, maybe I'll give it to my son when he comes home from school. He might want those leftovers. But I didn't touch it. So then I was like, that's different, right? So this makes me think that the Zepbound is starting to work in my system. I don't feel any restriction. I enjoyed the food that I ate. The food tastes normal, right? But my desire for it was not, I was satisfied sooner. Let me put it that way. So what I'm thinking is that Zepbound is like a brain hack, because I feel like people like me, or maybe like us, our brains are just wired differently. People like us that have struggled with weight all of our lives and issues with food all of our lives. I just think that we're wired differently. And I do know that Zepbound and probably Wegovy too work on your hormones, and they also work on the hypothalamus of the brain. So I feel like Zepbound is a brain hack. And my hope is that, Zepbound and the drugs like it will help to eliminate our head hunger and help support us finally with our weight loss journeys. So during my last post, I was going to share something with you that I forgot. I was like, I want to share something with you, but I can't remember what it was. So I want to tell you what it was. It was regarding the needle, the injection that you take in these are all injectable drugs that we're talking about here. And a friend of mine was like, oh no, I don't think I could take a needle. Oh no, that would be so painful. And I just want to tell you, if you're someone who's considering it, the needle is so thin, it's so tiny that you won't even feel it. I can't even feel it when I inject myself. Sometimes I have to double check, like, did it work? Because it's so tiny. Like, if that's your worry, that should be the least of your worries. Even if you're someone who's petrified of needles, it's really not difficult. Okay, now I want to talk to you a little bit about the side effects. So if you haven't already heard what the side effects are, let me tell you what they are. But before I say that, let me just say that right now, I seem to be tolerating the drug just fine, right? I'll let you know if anything changes. But right now, the list of things are: people can get nauseous, they can have this burping, this cramping. My system is flowing just fine. I'm regular, like no constipation, none of that. Everything is good. But those are things that could happen. And it could be related to your diet too. Like, what are you eating? Are you drinking enough water? And all those things. As you know, I am not a doctor, so I'm just a girl on a journey and sharing that journey with you. So you'll want to consult with your doctor or medical team before trying any weight loss medicines, because it could be dangerous if it's not, if it's not the right thing for you. So I just wanted to say that. The next question I wanted to pose is this a miracle drug, right? Is it a miracle or is it a myth, right? Is this real? And what I would say is the reality is I would say that there is some solid evidence that this drug does work. It's proven to work. Does it work on everybody? I think it worked. Basically, the stats were about 80 or 90% of people lose weight, and the weight varies up to about 21%. So it rivals weight loss surgery. The question is, will it work for you? And will it help you finally, achieve the weight loss goals that you have and really get that control of your eating and your weight, harness that for you, get that under control for you. However, what I will also say is right now, we have to take this drug for the rest of our lives. Right now, it's not a cure as far as we take it for 6 months, we lose the weight, and then we don't have to ever take it again, and we can just manage our weight. No, right now, it's you take it and you keep taking it to keep the weight off. Okay, and so that's, for some people are like, I don't want to take a drug all my life. So I can just certainly understand that. So let me do a quick recap. So far, so good. First day. So now I'm on my second day. I was going to say Wegovy. Zepbound, you only take once a week, right? So I took it yesterday. I won't take it again until next Thursday. Okay. But so far, I'm tolerating it fine, and I'm at 5 milligrams. No side effects. We'll see, if this continues. We'll see, if it helps me, and I'll definitely give you an update. My plan is to post a weekly video, but if something happens in between, I'm going to come on and let you know, right? I'm spilling all the tea, so you'll know exactly what's happening. So we'll see how it goes, but I want to encourage all of you for going on this journey with me, and encourage you, if you're thinking about it, that it feels like there's light at the end of the tunnel. And I know, I can relate so well to anyone out there who struggled with their weight, and you've lost it and put it back on, and lost it and put it back on. It's exhausting. So I get it. I'm so glad you're here and you're a part of the community. I want you to please subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel so I know that you're here, and it'll encourage me to keep making content for you. And ring that bell so you get notified, because it may be sooner than a week. I may, if something happens, if I get some kind of symptoms or something, God forbid anything happens, I will update you so that you'll know what's happening with the Zepbound medication that I'm taking. So please hit the bell to let you know. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to let you know. And in closing, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for going on this journey with me. This is so helpful for me because it holds me accountable, right? That I'm giving you guys my weight, my stats. I'm telling you all the things. So it's helpful. Just know that you're helping me too. And hopefully I'm providing information that is valuable to you as well. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below for me. I'll answer any questions that I can. I'll try to be as transparent as I can with you. The one thing you may not see on this channel is me actually injecting myself, because nobody wants to see my belly, right? But you might not see those things, but I may take some before and after pictures so you can see, or before and through the journey pictures, so that you can see those. So again, thank you so much for joining us, joining me here, and take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Bye for now.